So while standing in line, they gave us a red ticket to see the advanced screening of Red 2. And apparently they didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, right. What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and I just got back from an advanced screening of Red 2. And I want to give a special shout out to Michael Cervante for inviting me to the advanced screening. I really appreciate it, man. It was fun watching the movie with you. So the premise of Red 2 is very similar to the premise of Red, in which Frank Moses, he gets set up for doing something he didn't do again, and now he needs to figure out who set him up and get himself out of this sticky situation, and our adventure begins. Now, I didn't get a chance to review the first Red, but had I done a review, I would have told you guys that I had a blast watching Red. It was a lot of fun. Yes, it's a bit campy and a bit silly, but I just went to go see some mindless action, some fun and hilarious moments, and that's what I got. And is Red 2 the same as Red? In some sense, yes, but it's not as fun as Red. Yes, they had the mindless action scenes that were pretty fun to watch, and they did have some comedic moments that were pretty funny. But as a whole, it was just missing an essence to it that made the first one really fun. Action was still pretty good. I enjoyed all the action scenes. Bruce Willis still kicks ass. I still like him a lot. He can be in the biggest piece of shit of the year, and then he comes out with Red, and I remember, man, I have fun watching Bruce Willis action movies. That guy is just indestructible. The acting for the most part is pretty good, albeit a little annoying. I mean, Mary Louise Parker, you're pretty, I like you, but my dear, you're really annoying. In this entire movie, you're really annoying, and I'm gonna get to that later on in this review. Helen Mirren still kicks ass, and she is still sexy. For a woman her age, I don't know how she does it. And speaking of sexy, Catherine Zeta-Jones, you're still looking fine as ever. They'll loosen up on the tan though. The tan kind of looked weird. What is this, a fashion show? Let's get to the review. Okay, calm down. We're getting back to the review. But the best performance, hands down, Anthony Hopkins. That's all I gotta say about that. He was awesome. Though a little annoying in the beginning, but overall his character was awesome. And like I said, I really enjoyed most of the performances in this movie. I just felt like there was a piece to the puzzle that was missing in Red 2. You know, it was missing like a character, you know, a wise old man with a great voice for narration who is kind of godlike, you know, just missing, but I don't know who that is. Who could it be? I guess we'll never know. And as much as I like most of the performances and the action was really good and there was some funny moments, most of the movie it was kind of annoying. Mary Louise Parker, like I mentioned earlier, you need to chill because you were a bit overly eccentric in this movie to the point of I just wanted to choke you. And the whole incorporation of her and Frank's relationship in this movie just felt really unnecessary and kind of bothersome. I mean, you would have this really awesome action scene and then you see them talking and they're talking about their relationship and you're like, what? Why, man? It's why? Though I did find the conflict between her and Catherine Zeta-Jones' character quite humorous. I mean, who doesn't love a good love triangle? Now, in going into this movie, you should already expect that the writing's not going to be any good, but my god, the writing for this movie was just all over the place. It was sloppy. But again, you don't need to look deep into the story. It's only meant to be a popcorn action movie, and that's exactly what it is. Some of the characters in this film were pretty interesting, but they were wasted potential. Like this one Asian dude who plays Storm Shadow in G.I. Joe, he was badass, and he had some cool action scenes, which I felt like they kind of shoehorned in to show off his badassery, but I would have loved to see more scenes of that character. He kind of pops in and out of the movie, and you kind of forget that he's in the movie sometimes. Like there was this one scene in the movie, they're just walking on the street and all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and starts shooting up the place, then he disappears again, and we don't see him for like another 30 minutes. I mean, come on, man, he's the badass of the movie. He needs to be in it more. And I really wanted to see more John Malkovich moments. I just felt like his character got watered down, and John Malkovich just felt like he was shoehorning it in, like he didn't put all of his efforts and zaniness that he had in the first movie. But overall, besides its many flaws, I did enjoy watching Red 2. It's a fun popcorn action film, and that's really all it needs to be. It's basically a more comedic and toned down version of The Expendables. A bunch of old people kicking ass and having fun. So that's why I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not great whatsoever, but it's an enjoyable film, and if you're a fan of the first film, if you had a lot of fun in Red, then I think you might find some things to enjoy in Red 2. If you weren't a fan of Red, then I say skip this or borrow it on DVD when it comes out. Or you can see Olympus Has Fallen Part 2 starring Channing Tatum. But anyway, since this film doesn't come out till July 12th, I'm curious to know, are you guys interested in seeing Red 2, or do you feel like it's a pointless sequel that didn't need to be made in the first place? And let me know, what is your favorite John Malkovich film? Comment below, let me know. Also, stay tuned this Sunday for my monthly live chat. Gonna be just talking for 2 hours starting at 10 p.m. just telling you guys my plans for the next month and how I did this month. But until then, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to The Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. I'm Tony Wilder II from The Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.